We're back to work. Guess what? It's Wednesday morning. So we're working inside the shop for a minute because it's super cold outside. But guess who's here?
Me!
No, La Bombi.
Well, I'm not cool enough to be here.
Well, you're here too, but the kitty cat's here. And the snowcat. So we're trying to muster up the courage to go outside in the frigid cold and get Bombi's cab inside. So what we're working on...
Hey, don't say we. I love the cold.
That's true. Me and Colton. So what I decided to do is I'm gonna cut a bracket out on my plasma table. I wonder if we should do a double mount. That'd be kind of cool. Make this plate long. Maybe that'd be dumb.
It'd make it hard to line everything up when if you ever had to pull the motor or the tranny or anything.
Wah, wah, wah. Womp, womp, womp. You're probably right. All right, scratch that idea. We're just gonna stick to one transmission mount. So I've got to cut a plate out. Oh! I can hear Bombi crying. We got parts! We got a GM flex plate. So we ended up just going to the factory, getting a 2000 Chevy Silverado with a 6.0 with a 4L80 flex plate, and this sucker fits. So we got all new bolts, we got us a spacer, and we got a flex plate. Another thing I want to talk to you guys about is check this out. Did we already show them the handles that we got? Look, etrailers.com. So we got door handles that are gonna work for Bombi. Inside release, we got 3 of them. So for every single person that suggested etrailers.com, we appreciate your time. We got handles for La Bombi. We want to get the engine and transmission put together. We want to get Bombi in here. We want to get the Jeep frame in here. We want to do a lot of things and such. Now, you guys go out there. Since you like the cold, go unstrap Bombi.
Okay, master. I know. Shut up.
Come here. He's got a hole in his shirt.
Okay, we got to get Bombi unstrapped, backed up and unloaded, but Prank's in the way with Bombi's tub. So I'm just going to get it started, hold up the ramp, and kind of backed in to where it needs to be, then unstrap it so when we get Fred moved out, or moved to drop the tub and moved out of the way, then we can keep backing up and just pick up Bombi, put him on the ground.
Hello. What do you have to say?
Time to unload the Sequoia. Put those in your pocket, your little pouchy pouch.
Got one in my arm. You taking both doors?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so I've got this all programmed up. What I've done is I'm just making a flat plate. It's just that simple. So a couple bolt holes and we'll get this thing cut out. Just that easy. Hurry and grind it up, see where we're at. And we're gonna get the frame moved in.
Okay, so while Robbie's doing all the transmission mount stuff, we gotta get the frame pulled back in so we can get the motor and the transmission married together and drop it in and bolt it in for good. And then we can weld the transmission mount down exactly where we need it. Okay, we got the frame in. Now I gotta get a cherry picker pulled in up by the bolt bend so we can lift the motor off of the engine stand. Then we can get the transmission bolted on after we get the flex plate bolted on. Okay, I'll get the motor put over by the lift or the cherry picker so we can get this cherry pickered off the engine hoist or the engine stand.
All right, so we've got the plate fitting. Just got to do a little bit of shaving right here. I had to grind a little bit out, but that's fine. Now I'm gonna have to do clearance for some bolt holes, but that's okay. So Hillbilly's working on the engine, getting it off the stand. I'm getting this. We're making some progress.
Cody, on your editing, can you make me whiter?
Hurry.
Engine stand expertly unbolted. Now I'll get the flex plate and get it bolted on. So when Robbie's done, he can help get the transmission put on. So I'll get these all tightened up and then I'll torque them to spec.
All right, so I do want to make a minor adjustment to this plate because as you can see, we're gonna have to have these studs come through. So I'm gonna hurry and screw these in and get them to where I think they're gonna be. Worst case scenario. And then we're gonna do some adjusting on the plate. So that'll probably be where they are fully tightened down. And this one may never be here. but you never know. So you might need, see that? See how that hits it? So we're gonna make the adjustment here. Basically right here to right there. That's gonna take a big chunk out. So I'm gonna cut this out and we will have us a plate.
74 foot-pounds is where it says to be. You do it in 3 step increments. I'll do 32, then half of that, or then go like to 50 and then 74. Now I can go to like 50 or 54, somewhere in that area.
So I've just got to make some modifications, cut out another one, just so it's done.
Okay, since the motor mounts are all welded up now, I can put the rubber bushings back in place. Putting them in the same way I took them out, and that's with using a clamp. So I'm going to use this really awesome fan clutch removal tool. Makes it so much easier than having to hold bolts and use your hands. It just, all the fan clutch tools I've ever used in the past that was actually made for moving these had a great big fork that came out like this that had 4 bolt holes on the fan clutch or the water pump that you put the big fork there, find the right size wrench that in that kit, and then it was a pain. This is so much easier.
All right, I've got this program all done. It's taking me about 3 minutes to program it up. Got it cut, let's take a look at it. All right, so I do not claim to be a fabricator by any stretch of my imagination, but I do think that that is gonna work. I'm gonna put this stud in. So what I did is I made a little baby notch right here, because if we use that hole, we gotta have a notch for the nut. If we use this hole, we gotta have a notch for the stud and the nut. So I'm just gonna put them in. We'll make sure she's clearanced. And then Hillbilly is working on the transmission, so we'll get that finished up. Look at that. Boom! Boom, shaka-laka, shaka-laka, shaka-boom. These go right in. Go right in. Oh my gosh. Look at that. Look at it. No more clearance issues. So we will be able to build the mount. Now, we will have to pull this mount to put the transfer case on because if this is on there. And we're covered up right here. So anyway, look at that. Just take a look. Now, I am by no means a professional fabricator, but I am doing my best here, okay? And I think that turned out pretty fine. So go check out what Hillbilly's up to. He should be getting the transmission mounted, but there you go. Look at all those cute little lines.
I'm gonna need Robbie's help put the transmission onto the motor because I didn't eat my Wheaties this morning. I'm not feeling strong. Robbie!
Yo!
Did you eat your Wheaties this morning?
Oh, yeah. I eat, breathe, sleep my Wheaties.
Okay, then you can lift it and I'll put the bolts in.
Oh, no.
You said you'll lift. Sleep.
Here, you'll lift, I'll bolt it. Ready? Okay, hold it there. Owie! That really hurt me, Charlie.
My fingers were getting cut. Felt like.
Haha, look at that! Look at that! That flex plate is perfection. But this can go on 2 ways. It's marked engine side, and I think he's got the flex plate in backwards because the ring gear is way too far away.
I'm not seeing this on this side.
Spin it. Keep going. Go. Okay, I want you to stop right there. I want you to come see what I can read on the transmission side. Got it in backwards. That's funny.
That's his transmission side.
Cool, leave it. He's got the flex plate in backwards, so let's take the transmission back off. Have Steve help you here and get the transmission off.
Are you ready to read this?
Yep, so I'll get it pulled off and get it swapped around. We won't show you guys because you've already seen it once. I'll just try and do it. Now I got the flex plate flipped over the right direction. So now I'm going to work on torque converter bolts. And then this part of the transmission will be done. And all that would be left is putting the transmission mount on. There's this adapter piece on the transmission. and then putting the transmission and motor in place and getting everything buttoned up and weld the transmission mount where it needs to be. Just getting the bolt hole lined up with the torque converter so we can get it bolted in place. I gotta move whiskers so we can get Bombi off the tow truck and put in the shop so we can start doing the bodywork on him when that time comes.
Come on, kitty.
Hey, kitty. Okay, we got the go jacks underneath Bombi. Wasn't able to show you that because it's just me and Colton right now, and it took both of us to get the go jacks underneath it. So now we'll show you taking it, rolling it off the bed and rolling it in the shop.
All right, so we all went to lunch. I just got back. Hillbilly and Colton will be here in just a second. So I'm gonna grind up the cross member where I believe the mount for the transmission is gonna go. And then as soon as they get back, we'll get the adapter back on and get this motor and tranny put into this frame. Something like that. I've gotta get this bushing into the sleeve. And then I've gotta make some sort of pieces that go to the plate that I built. So this is the plate I built. It's gonna go somewhere in this neighborhood, and I'm gonna have to build little plates to adapt. But we'll get it. Shouldn't be too bad.
Okay, I got 3 torque converter bolts in. Robby asked if I got them in. I said, yeah. He says, all 6 of them? I'm like, no. I was gonna ask you if you wanted all 6. He's like, well, yeah, there's 6 holes, so put 6 bolts. So that's what I'm doing. Hold it so it doesn't turn. You wanna hold it?
I'm on it, partner. Don't shame him for not being as tough as you. Oh, by the way.
Turn. What do you say about those holes?
Yeah, the internet was being really mean to me like they always do.
Yeah.
And they said that the back of this transmission had to be plugged, but I called Advanced Adapters and they told me, you're wrong. Okay, internet?
Right there.
You're wrong for the first time ever. And they said, it's perfectly fine to have that hole. The 2-wheel drives lubricate the slip shaft and transfer case. The transfer case is sealed, so it doesn't even matter. All right, while Hillbilly is smashing his finger in the...
No, Colton's smashing it.
While Hillbilly smashes his own finger in the flywheel, I'm gonna get this adapter bolted up because we have wasted enough time. We need to get this in the Jeep frame so I can start sanding on Bombi. All right, now that we've got it all bolted up, we're gonna get this up with the frame. I'm gonna go and separate this, put it in, because I've gotta build a transmission mount like I already told you. These guys are gonna guide this into the frame, and hopefully this motor is installed for the last time today.
Time to stab it. Stab the motor in place. Okay, so the bolt hole's almost lined up. Colton just is on the other side. Going to get a pry bar in between the mount on the motor and the mount on the frame and kind of push up. So that way it shifts the mount this way to where the bolt hole will line up like it's supposed to.
That's a lot of words. Are you sure you know what you're doing?
I like to think so.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
Right there is the ticket.
There she blows. Well, boys, we got this in. So, as soon as they get the bolts in, I'll be able to see where my mount needs to be. And I'm gonna build some cardboard pieces. And we'll get over on the plasma cutter and we'll cut them out. Yeah, we have 1/4 inch of clearance between that and the transmission. So it's absolutely perfection.
I got my bolt started on this side. Just was tapping it in. I don't want to hit it too hard because the threads are fine, so I don't want to screw the threads up. Just a little bit. Do this. Ratchet it.
So the oil pan is hitting the skid plate just barely. So we're just gonna let the skid plate down. I've got a new oil pan coming from Genrite. So once I get here, it'll be a different oil pan with a different sump for rock crawling. Should work really well. We got the bolts out. This skid plate is gonna definitely need some work to go back on. But that's okay, yeah. We're gonna waller the holes a little bit. But Hillbilly's just about got his bolt in. Colton's bolt is in and tight. I'm gonna go grab cardboard because I have some designing to do.
Okay, so we took the front skid plate off. So that way we have all sorts of room. If we need to go side to side, up and down.
Up a little bit. Oh, we're in. Just like that.
Yay! About time.
You didn't even have to turn it, tap it. Nothing.
I think we're gonna leave it right there because the bolts slid in there good.
Well,
make
that
this-
bottom mount loose.
Oh, we'll tighten it up and then I'll build my little mounty pins.
So you don't want to go side to side, nothing.
Do you want to know the best part about having a pocket tape measure? Is having a pocket tape measure. All right, I've officially made my CAD drawings. So I'm gonna actually use 3 of these. I'm gonna put one on the outside, one on that side, and one right in the center. It's fitting perfect.
And you plate it in the back.
No, just 3 little gussies. So I'll go to the plasma table and make me some brackets.
Okay, I'm gonna let the cherry pick all the way down and move it to the side here and hook it to the transmission, just so if we have to move the transmission up a little bit, we're not trying to ratchet it, because as you can see, the ratchets failed once. We don't need it to fail again.
Seen better days.
All right, I've got this all programmed up. I'm gonna cut 3 of these. Got it all ready. I'm gonna hit run. See if it comes out exactly like my cardboard. Alrighty, let's see if my CAD drawing matches. Oh my gosh! Look at it! It's so beautiful!
Hey, Goofy.
Oh boy! I'm a real boy!
Pinocchio.
Oh, whoever. Hillbilly's gonna get these all ground up. They actually turn out pretty good. But we like to just clean up the edges and make sure they're really good. All right. Oh, it fits. If it fits, you know what they say. If it fits, it ships. So I've got to off-center it just a hair because of my notch. But that's okay. All right, give me that. I'm gonna put a welding jacket on my legs because my leggies are important.
You've got mail.
We got mail for the cat. We're gonna show you guys here in a minute. Whoa. All right, I need the ground. All right, now that we have an actual ground, whoa, just kidding. I had. We're trying to ground through rubber. I'm just gonna put some tacks because I've got to take it out, push the rubber out of it, and then we'll fully weld it on the bench. I'm gonna grab a pry bar and get this moved, and then I'll put the 3rd one on up there. Let's go up a little bit.
Go up with it.
Yeah, just a tiny, tiny bit. Right there. So we've got this tacked. Now we've got to push the rubber out of it. And then I've got to make sure, so I think that will clear the stud. We might have to weld it and then grind that after we go to put the transfer case in. But we'll be able to remove the rubber, get this all welded up, put our 3rd brace in here. It's gonna go right here. I didn't need it installed to do it. So go right on that edge, and that'll just help brace it. This is like a 10-step process to get this pushed out. Okay. Now we'll pull the rubbers out, get this welded up. It's super, super hot, so we're gonna let it cool, but I have decided that it doesn't need a 3rd one. So I'm gonna leave it off. Just gonna go with the 2. We'll get it cool. I've gotta grind the face on both sides just a little bit. We'll get the rubber pushed back in it and get it remounted so that we can weld the lower bracket on. So, and then we'll have this thing done and installed to where we can push it out, and we're gonna sand on Bombi. But while this is cooling down, we're gonna show you guys some stuff that you sent for the cat. All right, so we have some fan mail. First one, we opened up. This one's kind of cool. This one's actually from, this one's from my uncle. So my Uncle Randy sent us some hats.
I want to see you wear that.
Right. But the coolest part about it is he sent us some tools. So this was before Colton's time. This was when it was just me and the hillbilly. So we've got a couple of bits, some flat bits, some bit extensions. But this is the coolest part. We got Leatherman. But check it out. I already looked at it. Oh, I got yours here.
You know, it's fine. Oh, that's how you know. Laser engraved hillbilly.
Hillbilly got Hillbilly, and I got Robby. So
Layton auto body.
So thank you, Uncle Randy. He also sent me some Wera tools, and he sent Hillbilly a Wera tool. These things are awesome. I've been using the heck out of it. Oh, well, also got some Milwaukee lights. Thank you. Kitty, you're next. Don't worry, sweetheart. Come here. Come here, little kitty. Look, Bombi's so pumped. Because guess what? The next 3 are for you. Get up here. It's your turn. Hey. Here. All right.
I'm overwhelmed.
Oh, no. Yeah, kitty, 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 kitty. Look. Look, meow, man. Look. Rub up on it. Look. Got more cat mix. Oh, my gosh. Come here. You got so many nibbles. Look, you even got 20% off. So whoever sent, this just says chewy.com. Robby Layton for Bombi. I don't know who sent it, but thank you. See if I can know it. No. Oh. Come here, Bombi. This is like QVC. But wait, there's more. All right, we got some more. We got some party mix.
You like this?
This is Purina. Come here, kitty, 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 kitty. Come here. Come here. This is for you. Come here. Here, kibbles. Oh, yeah. There you go. Again, no name. Thank you. We got 3 boxes of scoop away kitty litter. Holy cow. Mommy, you're such a spoiled little puppy. Yeah, you are. All right, and then Colton got him some fan mail. And this is Colton.
Colton.
What is it? What is this? Air horn.
I know what it is.
What?
This is gonna be payback for Hillbilly from honking the horn on me so many times.
Oh. This doesn't even say who it's from. Sand Shark Boat Air Horn Emergency Signal.
I'm gonna get you. You have it coming.
It's not my fault that it's easy to scare people when they're under the hood right by the horn.
I'm jumpy, see? I feel like it's gonna shock me.
All right.
Well, thank you. Whoever sent this, it's gonna come in hand.
And thank you. Bombi just told me to tell you guys thank you for all the kitty litter and for the food. He really loves it. One of these days, we're gonna get him a house. We're gonna get him some toys. And he's just gonna live a happy little kitty life. Yes, he is.
And thank you, Robby's Uncle Randy. I will be using this a lot. Thank you.
I think that's all we got. All right, folks, back to work. I just wanted to make sure I faced that off so the rubber seat's perfect. I'll do the same to this and then let it finish cooling. All right, so that's that. We've got a transmission mount. Oh, it doesn't quite look as good as Genright's, but it's close. So this is the one we got from Genright. I mean, ours is good. Ours is decent. Look, it's close. It's about the same. This is for, I believe, a Turbo 400. That's what I'm thinking. Well, this is for 4L80E with an advanced adapters, transfer case adapter for an Atlas. Alrighty. We slide this in. Cha-ching! And then we're gonna weld it in. So what I'll do is I will bolt this up tight, put some weight on it to where it's pressurized on here, and I'm gonna weld that in solid. We need to lift this. Colton, I'm an idiot. Probably go down. I need a spud bar. So we're taking this out and raising it so that we don't melt the bushing out of it. But I got it all welded, and it's welded real nice like. This has got to cool for a while. One thing we are gonna have to do is when we go to put the transfer case in, we're gonna have to pull this off, but we're gonna let that cool down and we're gonna start working on Bombi. All right, so the only sandpaper I have right now currently is too small for my 6-inch DA pad. It's a little small. I'm gonna get this sanded. I've only got like a few minutes because we've got to go load up my truck because we're taking all the gifts that we got for Primary Children's up to them tonight. We're not gonna show you all that. We're just gonna show you loading them out of the bus into the truck, and that's it. But since I know that you guys love watching me sand, I wanted to at least give you like an hour worth of sanding. Oh, how I've missed sanding. I just missed it. All right, we're gonna switch to some 180. Cut this a little bit quicker for you guys. Just have at it. I just want you to be one with the panel.
Just be one.
Just sand it. Just sand.
Become the panel.
Become the panel. Use your DA with such grace.
Low power, mid power.
Yeah, no, grind it. Put that sucker on grinder mode. Just become one. Just become one with the panel.
So it's set where it needs to be.
Oh yeah. Take her to.
Okay, this is, you know, I enjoy it. I enjoy learning.
You're doing so good.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You just keep that sanding up. Everybody loves watching sanding.
It's extreme.
We could be competition sanders just.
See my sand.
What?
Can't see my sand.
Yeah, don't look at me. I'm gonna have my panel done way before him.
This is gonna be done way before me.
All right. 2 hours later, my door's sanded, ready for bodywork. Colton's about a third of the way done, so I'm just gonna jump over here and help my competition.
We're friends now.
Yeah. No, we're not. Colton's is finished. I've got my door ready. So this is as far as we're gonna go. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna figure out where the bad spots are, skim coat them, sand those, prime it, sand it, and then paint it. So it's just that easy. It's just that easy. But to be honest, for Colton's first time ever sanding, you know, it's not bad. I mean, we've got some edges that need taken care of. But this powder coat, I've never ever used it. I've never sanded it. So technically it's our first times.
How do you like how it fends?
It's actually really good. So Kevin told me I would love it. Kevin, you're not wrong. I love it. Anyway, we're gonna go get my truck loaded up because we're taking those gifts up north.
Robbie just said something about going to get all the presents loaded out of the minibus into his truck. Little does he know, I already done it for him because I know that he has somewhere to be up north tonight for a date with his wife and some friends, having a double date or triple date. So I got it done for him so he couldn't have no excuse of being late.
All right, so some of you may recall when we went to Walmart and we cleared them out. If not, here's a little glimpse. So I've got to go up to Salt Lake tonight. So we're gonna take this up, drop it off. We're not gonna film that just because we're able to do this stuff because of you guys. So thank you. Right before Christmas, this is gonna help. Primary Children's is at 120% capacity and they don't have enough toys and gifts to give all the kids a good Christmas. So we're gonna try to do our little part. All right, so as always, we appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video, go check out this one.